I'm Ben, Head of Digital here at Eclipse, taking a deep dive into a project we recently created that brought digital motion graphics together with lighting, decorative table centres and engaging entertainment to create a fully experiential, unforgettable gala dinner for one of our valued clients. So our client came to us with the venue booked for their gala dinner. The magazine in Greenwich is a contemporary black box space and therefore a bit of a blank canvas, unlike your more traditional hotel ballrooms. Our clients had seen an exhibition in London where dynamic motion graphics are projected around the walls, creating a completely immersive experience. The idea was born that this is the solution they wanted as a backdrop during their dinner, with potential cues for the onstage entertainment. In December 2023, the headline brief was English Country Garden Through the Seasons, and we knew the style would be inspired by some of the more impressionist works of art, brought to life with animation, just like the Frameless exhibition. So we began sharing some mood boards as to what this might look like, and showcased colour palettes and reference art, refining through fortnightly catch-ups with our client. It seemed conceptually we were looking at an impressionist Monet style look and feel. In the back of our minds, we were also considering two challenges. Firstly, the walls are black, not ideal for projection. So we arranged a site visit in January 2024 with some test content and a small projector to understand how the walls would react. Colours would be muted and the sheen of the wall produced some odd reflectivity, so our content would need to appreciate this. Also, the walls are heavily textured, so nothing with too much detail, and we should fill the canvas as much as possible. The other elephant in the room was the size of it. Calculations showed using 4K projection, the entire width would be around 42,000 pixels. That's a lot of animating. So we looked into AI-driven tools that could assist in a heavy workflow whilst being fluid and flexible enough to make changes as we went.
ComfyUI is a user interface for creating and managing workflows for image generation models like Stable Diffusion. Stable Diffusion, on the other hand, is an AI model that generates high-quality images based on text prompts. Using a series of prompts, we were able to create some concept art to share styles. But to capture the impressionist style, we tried advanced models from the Stable Diffusion community. We then used LoRa's AI models trained on specific styles. The result? Stunning 8K images with beautiful brush strokes and harmonious colors. With everything set up, we could now generate new images each time we pressed the Q button, adjusting text prompts to let us capture the essence of each season. If the client needed more trees, for example, we could use this technology to quickly visualize this.
The next challenge was there needed to be different seasons, not just changing the colour palettes, although initial tests did prove that this was quite effective, but we needed different dynamic animations and relighting entire scenes. Plus, we decided that the scene should be constantly moving, revolving around the room so that every guest could see different areas of the canvas. This meant that we needed to model the scene in 3D and apply our generated textures to this.
In Cinema 4D, we created a basic 3D scene as a foundation for AI-generated imagery. Within ComfyUI, we used edge detection modules to guide AI image creation. Our workflow produced images that perfectly overlapped, mimicking manual drawings or meticulously rendered scenes.
In May, a month before the event, our client made the decision to dramatically change the look and feel to a photorealistic London skyline, 3 different times of day rather than the seasons. Whilst months of hard work had to be redirected, it wasn't the end of the world because we'd explored this flexible workflow using generated textures on 3D models. Although we were sad to see the impressionism go, the venue probably lent itself better to some dramatic imagery of London. It was certainly more in keeping with the tone of the event.
We revamped our approach to create accurate, artifact-free representations of London's skyline. We sourced and adjusted royalty-free 3D models of landmarks, ensuring clean edges for AI image generation. Our Stable Diffusion workflow was adapted for realism, using an image prompt adapter to maintain consistent lighting. Each landmark was generated separately and composed in Cinema 4D for flexibility. We modeled the space in Unreal Engine to be able to virtually explore the space, looking at how the content interacted with each wall. This was a great tool to showcase given the insanely wide aspect. It's virtually impossible to demonstrate this on a standard monitor.
After months of hard work, it was the moment of truth. Using 3 VX4 disguise servers, our huge canvas illuminated the walls across 14 35,000 lumen projectors. No pre-visualization could replicate being immersed fully in the space, so this truly was a special moment. Over the course of the evening, the London skyline would loosely match the real-world time of day, from daytime to sunset golden hour to night. During the onstage entertainment, we switched to our comp of an auditorium, loosely modelled on the iconic Royal Albert Hall, and some projection mapping around the physical entrance added to the wraparound immersive experience of a virtual auditorium. Lighting was carefully choreographed, with the various states tying the full experience together. At the end of the night, our client invited me to join her with a glass of wine, and we watched the virtual night skyline roll past us, feeling slightly emotional. I think that was the highlight of the whole project for me, but that moment belongs to everyone who worked so hard to deliver such an iconic project, and that's why we do what we do.